Alright, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another YouTube video. In this one, I'm talking about 3 software tools that you should be using for your social media marketing agency, and 3 that I actually use currently today with myself, my team, my clients. And I want to show you sort of how or why these are helpful, and sort of, if you're a beginner, give you a really good idea of how to begin to streamline your agency. So a lot of people, even 3 or 4 clients just overwhelms them completely, and they don't know how to operate. Okay, and really that's where software comes in. Software is it's kind of like a load-bearing tool. Like most software, all they do is remove complexity for you, right? And they keep things simple. They allow you to focus on the activities that actually move the needle in your business, which, if you're in the course, the 3 things that matter are getting meetings with clients, getting better at conducting meetings, and getting better at getting results for people who pay you. Those are the only 3 things that matter, and if you're doing anything other than those 3 things on a day-to-day basis, you need to be building in better systems, delegating more things, or getting more software. So we'll hop into my computer here. I have a quick presentation that I just threw together to give us a visual. 3 software tools for SMMA, and a really cool matrix background there. So we're going to go straight into tool 1 here, and the reason I want to talk about Clickfunnels. So obviously Clickfunnels, for a lot of people, is a total duh, but if you're a complete beginner and you're unaware of Clickfunnels, really what it is it's like this website builder designed specifically for marketers to build funnels. And the difference between a website and a funnel is a series of pages or a series of actions you're encouraging a person to take so you can attain a certain outcome. Whereas a website's more like a hub. You have a logo and an about me and a home button and all these things. Whereas a funnel is more like a series of actions. You land on the page, it says, step 1, watch this video, step 2, click this button, fill out this form, step 3, book a call or buy this thing or download this PDF in exchange for your email. So it's more like a process. So let's get into some bullet points as to why I use Clickfunnels and why you would benefit from using Clickfunnels. So first of all, it's important for building landing pages, small websites, sales pages, lead magnet / email collection pages, etc. Right? And a lot of what you're going to be doing for your clients is stuff like this from my experience, right? If you're going to be building websites, it's going to be primarily just little funnels through Clickfunnels, or it'll be very simple. Honestly, a 3-page website has made one of my clients multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars. And it's just a landing page with a video. After they're done watching the video, they can fill out a form. That's the next page. After that, they can book a call, and then we have a sales team handling those calls. So really, it's a 3-page website that was built on Clickfunnels in 3 hours, right? But it's a concept that works really, really well. So that's the majority of the work that you're going to be doing, and that's why I recommend Clickfunnels out the gate, because it's really one of the biggest load-bearing software tools that you can invest in at the start of your journey. So moving on, it integrates very well with Facebook ads tracking using pixels. So if you are running Facebook ads to a webinar funnel, or a VSL funnel, or a lead magnet funnel, email opt-in funnel, who knows what, call scheduling funnel, an e-commerce funnel, there's all kinds of different types of funnels you can build, and you can learn a lot about this from other sources. If you'd like more videos on that, let me know. But then you can track different activities with a pixel. So for example, that funnel I told you about a second ago, where it's just a very simple 3-page website, we've basically told Facebook, hey, when they land on the success page, which is the page that they're redirected to after they book a call with the sales team, consider that a conversion, consider that a success. So we're able to track how much it costs to get a call. And then we track how many calls it takes to get a sale. Then we know the cost per sale. So if, let's say, we're selling a $4,000 package, we can spend $2,400 to sell a $4,000 package. We're basically profiting $1,600 every single sale. And you can track that using a pixel, right? So that's how creative you can get with Clickfunnels. It's really... there's a lot of room for creativity in how you track and how you decide, what metrics to go after. It's really good stuff. It's really, really helpful. Next is, it's a very easy workflow for building the sites yourself. Plus, there's a big community of users to hire it out if you want to outsource, which is actually what I've done many, many times. I'll just go and find someone. I'm actually currently looking for a go-to person to handle the ClickFunnels side of things, because we have so many little projects that need done there. So that's a big thing too. Like, you want to be able to get in and get out quickly with these sorts of admin tasks, right? If you're going to be doing it yourself, it makes it really easy. You can drag and drop things, add and remove elements to a page fairly quickly. And that's a really important element if you are, again, doing it yourself. As well, because there's a big community, like literally there's a Facebook group with, like, I think 200,000 plus people that is just devoted to this software. So you can get on there and say, hey, I need somebody to do this. Is anybody capable of doing that? And you'll get like 30 responses, okay? So there's a big community of people that are willing to help you as well, which is super important if you want to scale a proper team. So moving on to the next point. You can also save funnels to use for multiple clients to make scaling easy. So let's say, for example, you are in the gym niche, just to make it really simple, very, very basic, very, generic, the gym niche. And you're trying to generate leads for gyms, and you have, one client and you're about to take on 5 more. If you've built a funnel for that one client that maybe gives away a PDF in return for an email, you can literally just copy paste that exact funnel and use it on all 5 of your clients. And that allows you to scale massively. So anything that allows you to just copy paste a process or a workflow for your different clients makes things easier and easier and easier. And ClickFunnels is really, really good at that. You can save templates, you can save them for later, and frankly, that's the smartest thing you could be doing right now, because if you're wanting to scale, you want to remove complexity and make it as simple for yourself as possible. And I think I have one more here. You can hold up to 20 funnels on one beginner account, which should be plenty for most people. It's plenty actually right now for us. We don't need any more than that. We've probably got right now, I think 12 or 13. I think. I'm actually not exactly sure the exact number, but yeah, you can hold up to 20 funnels on one beginner account. You have different levels of accounts, different tiers. I think the beginner cost for ClickFunnels is $97 a month. If you want to have a couple free months, I believe we have a link in the description. You can check that out and get a ClickFunnels account today. Start implementing it into your agency, and also I think ClickFunnels, that account comes with a lot of training on how to use ClickFunnels as well. So you're not actually in the dark in regards to how to set up your first funnel and stuff like that. They also come with pre-built funnels that you can use. So literally, if I needed to build a lead magnet funnel for a client, I could just use one of their built-in lead magnet funnels and just literally copy paste it, change the branding, maybe add some of my own text instead of the built-in stuff, and then we're rocking in 15 minutes. So really good software. Highly, highly recommend it. The only con is that it can be a little buggy. They definitely need to update their servers, their hosting. They definitely need to update, the way that the UI loads on a page. There can be little bugs with the text, and sometimes that can be a little annoying. Sometimes you think a funnel looks great, then you run it by a client, and the client gets a totally different looking page. So that's the only con, but that is really honestly to be expected with most website hosting platforms. Or website built-in, easy UI website builder softwares. Most of them do that. Squarespace, Wix, all these website platforms, they all do that. So I'm not blaming them for that, but that is something to keep in mind. So that's ClickFunnels. Really great software to start with. That's a great one to implement. I would honestly recommend stopping this video, pausing it, clicking the link that I have in the description, setting up an account, getting it rocking, doing some research, and saying, all right, how can I fit this into any clients that I might have now, or how can I use this to make future clients much easier? And another thing that you can do with it is actually build an onboarding funnel. So instead of having meetings with clients where you're banging out all these details, you just build an onboarding funnel. You say, hey, step 1, upload a file, that we need this picture from you or something, or give us your Facebook pixel ID so we can request access to it or whatever. You can ask them for information, and you can check later in a spreadsheet the information that they gave you. You can say, all right, now that you've given us your Facebook pixel ID, we need you to download Slack, so you can just have a funnel with a video on it which teaches them how to use Slack, which is actually our next tool, and we'll get into that in a sec, so that you can communicate with them. Then you can say, all right, now they've got Slack, we need to get Zoom, so you can communicate with them there over video. And you can just say, all right, here's the things that you need to get. Now, are there any notes on things that we need from you? If so, put them in here. And then you can just, instead of getting a long meeting with them, just send them a link of a pre-built onboarding funnel, which I've got a handful of buddies that do that, a handful of students that do that, and I know that that's something that is fairly popular right now in the industry, is building an onboarding process that doesn't require any hands-on. So that's something you can do with ClickFunnels as well. So Moving on though, tool 2, which is Slack, as I sort of already mentioned. And this is just a really good communication platform. And often actually in my videos you're going to hear like a little notification, and it's often just Slack pinging off from clients or team members needing things from me or running things by me. And it's a really powerful communication platform. Doesn't matter where they're at in the world, they can log in from anywhere. As long as they've got an internet connection, you can speak with them. All they need to do is input their email and then log into your custom URL for your Slack sort of channel, and then within that you can have different sub channels. So I'll talk about that. So Slack, point 1, allows for streamlined team communication as you build your team. And this is one of the most important things, okay? In the course, we're building out, actually we have it probably released by the time you're seeing this video, an entire section on team building. We call it the new age team building sort of strategy, where you're really just going online, finding specialists, bringing them on board as contractors, and representing them as your team to your clients, and even leveraging their results to help give you authority. Because if they've probably already worked with other people before and spent a couple million on Facebook ads, and you can use that as leverage to get your future clients, right? And this software, Slack, allows for very streamlined communication with all of your clients and all of your team members. And what I'll actually do is I'll actually have different channels in Slack for each client. And so right now, we have one channel per client, and then in that channel, I have every team member that is needed in that channel communicating with the client on my behalf, basically. And it doesn't say Trey Cockrum is speaking. It literally says the name of the team member, but the team members are trained to communicate with them, and they're getting paid to do it as well. And so that way I'm not responding to client issues all day. I have my team handling that for me. So that eliminates a huge bottleneck in most people's ability to scale their agency, because most of your time as a beginner agency owner is going to go to communicating with your clients. Like if you are spending, like if you have 3 or 4 clients, like this probably resonates with you. If you have anywhere from 2 to 4 clients, and these are your first 2 to 4 clients, you are spending most of your day right now working on client accounts. Okay, so building a team and getting Slack is going to eliminate that completely. So then, you can focus on the 3 things that we talk about in the course, which is getting meetings and building systems and processes that get meetings for you automatically, which we show you how to do. Generating or getting better at conducting the meetings. So you're getting better at sales, increasing your sales rate on these meetings, and increasing your follow-up rate, getting better at how you present yourself, how you come off as an authority, etc. And then it's also getting better at getting results, which means if you're doing the results getting yourself, if you're doing the ads, the funnel building yourself, getting better at those things. If it means training your team better, it means investing in courses for them, building them up, maybe even spending some time with them in person and getting some more culture going, getting loyalty, getting better at getting results really means cultivating your team and cultivating your leadership ability as an entrepreneur. Or just getting better at digital marketing. Really, honestly, you don't have to make it more complex than that. Understanding metrics, understanding the basics. And once you remove that day-to-day communication using Slack, you can focus on those 3 things and focus on nothing else. And that's the beautiful thing of this software. That's the beautiful thing of systemizing communication as a whole. I really fully believe that less communication is better, not more. You want to get all the details out of the way so you can operate. And then you want to just really be doing 1 or 2 back and forth messages a day and no more. Okay? So bullet point number 2 here. Creates channels for different clients and different projects. I already sort of spoke to that, but within Slack you can have like a main hub with different channels, and in those channels you can have different clients involved. You can add different people to different channels. So like I have, for example, we have one client named Mark, which is the name of the channel is client-mark, and in that channel I have my Facebook ads guy, my copywriter, and my journal assistant involved in that channel, right? Next point. Eliminates messy communication, allows for efficiency at scale. I sort of already hit this, but let me talk about what messy communication is. Typically, most people, they have different clients across different platforms. They got some people that they're communicating with over email, some people over WhatsApp, some people over Facebook Messenger even, some people over text. Some clients even think that they can just call you. And I know some students right now who have recently gotten their first couple of clients, and now they can't sleep because all they're doing all day is talking to clients. And you just don't want to be there. You don't want to be wasting your time talking to clients. I know that sounds counterproductive. You'd think they're paying you. You should kind of serve them and help them however you can. But really, that's not the case at all. You need to have your barriers, have your boundary, and only do what's agreed within your contract or within the means of the agreement, whether it was verbal or whatever. We are to build a email collection funnel and run ads to it, build an active campaign sequence that sells to those email subscribers and get you more business. That's all we're going to do, and we're going to let you know what we need from you. If you need anything from us, you tell us over Slack, and we'll get back to you when we can. Like, you build those boundaries in, you build those barriers, and it makes operating so much easier. You actually get better, greater, more scaled results for clients that way, and you have a lot more fun, and you make a lot more money, okay? So next point, it's completely free, and I think that's the last point of this. At least, you really don't need to pay for the proper version of Slack. If you want to have custom branding, then you would want to pay for the custom version of Slack, and I think you can only have so many channels on the free version of Slack. But really, as a beginner, if you've got 2 to 4 clients, maybe even more, even if you've got like 8 to 10 clients, you can use Slack to pick up the slack. I couldn't think of another word. Didn't mean to make a little pun there or like a little play on words, but it worked out, and freaking whatever. Okay, next tool. Tool 3. AdEspresso by Hootsuite, or Hootsuite or whatever. So AdEspresso, this is not something that I've personally used in a long time, and I'll say that out the gate, and I feel like I need to be honest with you in saying that. But if you are still running the ads yourself, if you are running Facebook ads yourself, or you plan to continue to run Facebook ads yourself, you're scared of building a team, then this is kind of as close as you're going to get to a streamlined ad process without actually building a team. Okay, and this is a big false belief for a lot of people. I think you need to build a team ASAP. If you've got your first couple clients and you're kind of overwhelmed, you're doing a lot of work, build a freaking team. Just do it right now, okay? It's okay if your team even sucks right now. Like, version 1 exists so that version 2 can exist, okay? Just get out there, build a team. But if you're afraid of doing that, which I completely understand, AdEspresso is as close as you're going to get to a fully systemized Facebook ad workflow without just paying a team properly, okay? And what AdEspresso does, so let's get into the bullet points here. So it allows for easily launching mass Facebook marketing campaigns by simplifying the Facebook ad interface and allowing for bulk ad uploading, tracking, calling, etc. Really, really, really easy interface. So, obviously if you're a Facebook advertiser, you know that the Facebook ad interface is like really messy. The UI there is like nuts. Like if you're looking at it for the first time, it's just like a bunch of numbers and like lines and like so many buttons and just all kinds of options, and it can be really overwhelming. So AdEspresso kind of narrows it down really to the only things that you're gonna like absolutely need. Now you're gonna want to have access to your business manager. You're not gonna never use it again. But AdEspresso kind of eliminates all the buttons that aren't used that often, and it gets rid of all the like complexity. And just really makes it very simple. And it's like, here, give us some images. Okay, we've got some images. Give us some copy. All right, we've got some copy. Give us some headlines. Give us the link you want to send people to. What's your targeting? And let's say you give it, 4 images, 3 text body copy, and you give it like, 2 headlines for the ad, and then you give it 1 link. It's going to create a version of each of those ads, like, 1 for each ad copy, 1 for each image, 1 for each headline. And you're going to end up with like 60, 70 ads automatically, okay? And so if you're wanting to launch mass campaigns as well, it'll allow you to do that. So next bullet point here as well. Makes running multiple campaigns for multiple clients much easier. This is another thing as well. I think it includes, and maybe I could be wrong, it's been a while since I've used AdEspresso. Honestly, since I've had my team, I have done very little of my own ads. I really only just check on what my team is doing. But it makes running multiple campaigns for multiple clients much easier. And the reason why that's important is because obviously if you're going to scale, you want to be able to do multiple campaigns for multiple clients at any given time and not be so overwhelmed with the little minute details, okay? And I think it makes it quite a bit easier because it actually gives you really good tracking. This is a thing that I wasn't sure if it's still included or not. I'm not sure if it still does this or not, so I'm just going to say this kind of out my butt. But it does let you track much easier as well. Like, gives you pure KPIs. So like when you are running Facebook ads and the basic business manager, you have those little metrics like cost per lead or like cost per sale or ROAS or these sorts of metrics. AdEspresso really boils it down to like a few key metrics that you're really only going to need, and you can feed it more if you want. You can have more metrics if you need, but so it makes running multiple campaigns for multiple clients much easier. And it simplifies the workload for yourself or for team members. That's the next bullet point here. And that's a really important thing as well because, honestly, if you are doing all the work yourself, again, this is as close as you're going to get to running a team, or the simplicity of running a team. It's as close as you're going to get to the simplicity of running a team. And also you can have team members use it if they seem to be spending a lot of time on ads as well, or if maybe they're newer to ads and they want something more simple, you can have them use this as well. So that is it for the presentation, and therefore that is it for this video. A couple honorable mentions for softwares that you're going to want to look into as well. Zoom meetings, you can go to zoom.us or zoom. Whatever your country is, zoom.eu or whatever, and you can actually download the free version of Zoom, which is actually a really nice video conferencing software. You can start a meeting, and then it generates a link for that meeting, and you can send that link to people who you'd like to join the meeting. So if you're ever having like monthly meetings with clients or anything like that, or weekly meetings with clients, whatever it is that you're doing in your agency, just give them that link every week or once a month, and you can use that same link for your meetings, so you don't have to send them a new link every time. You just know the time that you're supposed to be on. You just click the link, it automatically launches, you're in the meeting, they're in the meeting, and you get going. It can automatically record meetings, so you can save those recordings for later. It's also really good for sales calls. If you're doing sales calls, you want to record your sales calls, review them so you can study them. Zoom will help you do that, okay? Really good software as well. All these links for all these softwares, by the way, are in the description. Keely, my video editor, will be hooking you up with all of those links down below, okay? Zoom and then Loom. Loom. You got Zoom and Loom. Loom is actually a really nice video or sort of screen recording software. So if you're ever going to like send a client like a maybe an audit of a website or something, or you're going to send them like something you need changed on their end, or they have a really complex question that requires you showing your screen, you can just record a quick Loom. It's really as simple as, and I'll just show you here on my computer right off this presentation here. You can go here to Loom, and you can just click start recording, and you can see my face down on the bottom left. And what actually happens is you just click start recording, and it goes 3, 2, 1, and then it begins recording, and you can actually generate a link for somebody to then check this video out later. So once you're done recording, you click this little done button, it stops, sends you over to this link here. You can click copy link, and you can send that link to whoever needs access to this screen recording right here. Which is a really, really nice way of sending information, answering questions for clients, anything like that. It makes it really easy. And it's a really nice interface too. Loom looks good. It sounds great. The recording quality is really good. And the upload time for the Loom video hosting, that little link you can copy, is really quick. It's really spanking quick. So I recommend that as well. So there's just some honorable mentions. Besides that, I don't have that many recommendations. I think the last one would be a scheduling software like Calendly, Acuity Scheduling, or Schedule Once. I personally use Schedule Once and Acuity Scheduling because both serve slightly different purposes. And those are for like clients scheduling meetings on your calendar. So let's say you have inbound sales calls. Maybe you have a funnel where people can schedule a call with you or your team after they maybe have watched like a video sales letter or something. You can embed the scheduler on that page so they can schedule a call with your team if they're maybe interested in working with you. You can also send the link to people over Facebook Messenger or email or Instagram or wherever you're connecting with potential clients so they can book a call on your calendar. As well, existing clients can book calls on your calendar for like meetings. Like let's say they have an issue they want to speak about. You say, hey, I can't handle it now. We can do it like 2 days from now though, or whenever I'm free. It syncs with your Google Calendar and doesn't allow any like booked times to be booked over, so you can never get double booked that way. It's really nice. You can just wake up in the morning, look at your calendar, see all the calls you got to do that day, hop on them, and it's really simple. So those are some honorable mentions, but I wanted to really talk about the 3 that I felt like would help the beginners the most. The other 3 that I just talked about, Zoom, Loom, and these scheduling softwares, are maybe for sort of a more experienced agency owner, but hey, you know, who knows, maybe you start trying to use them yourself. So there we go, you guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. If it was valuable for you, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and if you have any questions, be sure to comment down below. If you're interested in the online program, the link is in the description. We have all of this stuff covered in full, including sales strategies, how to build your team, how to run your agency on a day-to-day level. It even includes things like a mindset training reprogramming section. I believe that the most important thing is how you view yourself. And if you view yourself improperly, you're not going to be able to build a business. So we have a whole, it's like 6 hours of like mindset reprogramming training. So it's pretty nuts. If you'd like to invest in that, link is in the description. As well, we have a free training. The link should be there as well. If you'd like a 2-hour-long, like front-to-back training on how to get started with your agency if you're a total beginner, or if you're even slightly advanced or intermediate and you want to scale further, I've got a really really nice training linked in the description, which talks about how I've been able to take my agency from zero, from scratch, to over $30,000 a month in profit at the age of 20. And I want to explain that to you in full in this training, so you can click the link in the description, check that out as well. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.